soy watashi wa nanun. I am Chris. This is Chris in English. And today is Thursday, also known as Friday Eve. Friday Eve, of course, is the day before Friday. Christmas Eve is the day before Christmas. New Year's Eve is the day before New Year. So Friday Eve is the day before Friday. The good news about Friday Eve? Christmas Eve, you only get one a year. You get 52 Friday Eves every year. Use them well, my friends. Use them well. Happy Thursday, happy Friday Eve to you all. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is healthy and safe and well. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I got my power this morning. Got my morning power. I was up early. I took a little bit of a walk with my puppy. Did a few chores. Got my house in order. Still got some house to get in order. Yeah, I'm having a good morning. I'm looking forward to having a great day. It'll be better if I get some students like you in this show with me today. So I bet you're wondering, what are we going to talk about today? We got a great day planned. We're going to talk about our word of the day. I got a great word for you to learn today. I hope you really, 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 really like it. Is that a clue? Is that a hint to really, really, really like something? Could that be a clue to our word of the day? I bet it is. I'll give you the San Diego coronavirus update, let you know how things are going here in San Diego, in California, and in the United States. I've got some interesting news stories today. We're going to talk about people who got in trouble because they made a mistake in spelling and punctuation. Yeah, spelling is important. Remember, your parents always told you that spelling is important. Your teachers always tell you that spelling is important. Punctuation, also important. We're going to hear a couple of stories today about some people who got into some trouble because they had bad spelling and poor punctuation. We have a little bit of grammar today. Yesterday we were talking about modals. Today we're going to talk about an interesting aspect of modals. When we make a certain modal negative, it acts a certain different way. So that's what we're going to talk about in our grammar today. Then we'll throw it over to the question of the day. And then I get to say, hello, Mr. Nemo. Good to see you, sir. I hope you're doing well today. I hope that you are healthy and safe and well. I am. I'm doing great today. I was earlier saying that I got up a little bit early, took a nice little walk with my puppy, did a couple of chores, got the show ready, and now I'm here with you. How are you doing, Mr. Nemo? I hope you are happy and well. Nemo, that's a good cup of coffee. What's going on in San Diego as far as the stupid coronavirus? Well, looks like we had about 10 more deaths yesterday. Oh no, Nemo. My Nemo is sick. He's got a small flu. I'm sorry to hear that. First of all, we're sure it's the flu, right? We're sure it's just the flu? Nothing else? Even if it is the flu, I, of course, wish you a speedy recovery and quick health. Yeah, nobody likes to be sick. Nobody likes to be under the weather. Nobody likes to be subpar. Ooh, how's this for vocabulary for you? I hope you feel better soon, sir. Just the flu. Good. I am glad to hear that. We don't want anything else these days. Nothing else. Let's see, San Diego. San Diego County, we have 30,927, so close to 31,000 confirmed cases of coronavirus, with 578 deaths, and each death is a tragedy. However, compared to the rest of California, San Diego seems to be doing okay. California as a whole has 533,000 deaths. Confirmed cases. 533,000 confirmed cases with 9,866 deaths. So, California is not doing great. San Diego is doing okay within California. Here in the United States, we're up to 4.8 million deaths with 4 million 800,000 confirmed cases, 159,000 deaths. The numbers have slowed. We're not climbing as fast as we were. Our numbers are still climbing, but the rate of the climb has slowed. And that's the first step, I suppose. So we will be thankful for that. How are you guys doing? How are your countries? How are your cities? How are you? My poor Nemo friend, he has the flu today. I hope you feel better soon. How are the rest of you doing? I hope you're healthy. I hope you're safe. I hope your families and friends are doing well. What do? We remember what we're told to do. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Keep distance between people. That's 2 meters for you metric people. 6 feet for the rest of us. I hope everybody is doing well. Let's take a look at our word of the day. It's everybody's favorite part. Our word of the day. If you're interested in seeing a word of the day, you can go to the website, ChrisinEnglish.com, where you can see a word of the day, think, every day. Our word of the day today is aficionado. Ooh, this is a fancy schmancy word. Aficionado. First of all, I'll tell you, you're right. If you're listening to that word and you say, hey, that word sounds a little bit Spanish, it's because we stole the word from Spanish. English, we steal words all the time. That's probably one of the best things about English, how we can bring words from other languages into our own. Aficionado. Mr. Marty, good to see you this morning, sir. Just in time for the word of the day. It's a noun, aficionado. Aficionado. It's a fancy word, and it describes someone who likes something a lot. And because of that, they're really good or really knowledgeable about it. Aficionado. Let's get some spelling on this. A-F-I-C-I-O-N-A-D-O. Aficionado. A person who really, really, really likes something and is really, really, really good at it. Here's a sentence for you. Mickey's brother, an aficionado of jazz, often goes to the jazz clubs downtown. He's an aficionado of jazz. We often use this word of the day, aficionado, with the preposition of. Aficionado of something. But we don't have to. We can also use it after another noun. For example, there are some teachers in this world who are Star Wars aficionados. Do you know any? Do you know any teachers who really, 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 really like Star Wars? That would be an aficionado. Now it's your turn, my friends. Mr. Marty, he has his sentence up. It says, I am an aficionado of the English language. Boom. Very good. That's it exactly. And it's a true sentence. I know that you are. Actually, Marty, I would say that you are an aficionado of languages in general. I know that Dutch and English are not your only languages. Anybody else? Mr. Nemo, you got a sentence using our word of the day? I bet you can. I bet you can. Interesting things are happening in our world, and some of them have to do with English and grammar. If you would like to take a quick test of your grammar to see how good your grammar is, you can take the Chris in English Grammar Challenge at the website, ChrisinEnglish.com, right there on the front page. Click the button. Click the button, Marty. You know you want to. You have good grammar. Nemo, you have good grammar. Take the quiz. Go to Chris in English. Click the blue button. Take the Chris in English Grammar Challenge. It's a challenge. That means I challenge you. English. Oh, English. Spelling is important. Punctuation is important. There is a man from the United States who did not want to go to jail. I don't blame him. I don't want to go to jail. Of course, I don't do anything that could put me in jail. At least I hope I don't. But this man who was in New Jersey was accused of a crime. He was found guilty of the crime, and they were going to send him to jail. So he decided the best way to not go to jail would be for him to be dead. Not really dead. He just wanted to fake his own death. So he went on his computer and he created a death certificate for the state of New Jersey. For those of you who do not know, a death certificate is the official government paper that says a person is dead. Death certificate. He went on his computer and he created a New Jersey death certificate with his name and his birth. And being an aficionado of something is very good, Mr. Nemo. Of course, it depends what you are an aficionado of. My favorite feeling is schadenfreude. Ooh, very good. Well, good, because you're going to hear a little bit of schadenfreude in this story. I don't know if I told you, Marty, but schadenfreude, we do not have a word that means that in English. We don't have a single word. We have the idea, right? Happiness at someone else's misfortune. But we don't have a single word that means that. And so we took the word schadenfreude from German. So thank you, German, for giving us a great word. And thank you, Marty, for giving me an opportunity to practice reading my French. Huh? C'est bon? Not even a phrase. Not even a phrase. I don't understand, my Nemo. I don't. Oh yeah. Oh, for the schadenfreude. No, we have a definition. We have a definition, which is happiness at someone else's misfortune. Do we have a phrase that has that same meaning? I don't think we do. That's why we had to take the word schadenfreude from German. That's why I have to say thank you to the German language for giving us the word. Swiss Army knife, good to see you, sir. Our word of the day is aficionado. Someone who really, really, really likes something. And we're talking about a man who faked his own death. He faked his own death. He was accused of a crime. He was found guilty of a crime. They were going to send him to jail. He didn't want to go. So he went on his computer and he made a death certificate saying he had died, because we don't send dead people to jail. It's not a good use of space. He created his own death certificate. He sent it. He sent it to the government of New Jersey. And that would have been it. He would have been successful. But the people at the government looked at this death certificate and they noticed some funny things about it. I'm learning a new word from Dutch today. Liedvermacht. Liedvermacht? Liedvermacht. I'll practice. I guess it is a synonym for schadenfreude. And I'm reading now that both German and Dutch, they are the only languages that have a single word meaning happiness at others' misfortune. Love it. Love it. The man who created his own death certificate, the first problem that the government saw was that there were two different fonts involved in the death certificate. There were two different fonts. Most government documents only use one font. Some of them will be large size, some will be smaller size, but they'll always be pretty much the same font. Another problem with the death certificate is that he misspelled an important word. And the word was registry. Let me tell you how we're supposed to spell registry. We're supposed to spell registry R-E-G-I-S-T-R-Y. Registry. Good word. A place you register something. A place you record information. On this death certificate, the man spelled registry R-E-G-S-I-T-R-Y. Oh my goodness. Governments don't misspell things like that. Governments have spell check on computers. They usually run spell check before they send out documents. If you're going to fake your death by creating your own death certificate, make sure you spell everything correctly. But what does this teach us? This teaches us something very important. Spelling is important. Spelling counts. That's what they tell us when we're in elementary school. They say spelling counts. It's not an extra thing. It's not a side thing. It's not dessert. It's a vegetable. Ooh, vegetables. They sound good. I'm hungry. So, the next time you're working on your English and you say, I don't want to worry about spelling, remember, spelling is important. Someone went to jail because they could not spell the word registry. Punctuation is important too. There's a famous story from a couple of years ago here in the United States. There was a company who had a contract with a union. And in the contract, they had a list of things that the workers were responsible to do. The workers' responsibility in a list. And in most of the list, they had commas. Canning, comma, processing, comma, preserving, comma, freezing, comma, drying, comma, marketing, comma, storing, comma, packing for shipment or distribution of foods. That's a good sentence. There's nothing wrong with that sentence. The problem is they should have used one more comma. Because we don't know if packing for shipment is one thing and distribution is another thing, or if packing for shipment or distribution is one thing. The addition or removal of that comma can change the meaning of a legal contract. And because there was no comma, a court said that the company had to pay the union and its workers $5 million. $5 million for forgetting a comma. I doubt that any spelling mistake or any punctuation mistake that you make in your whole life will cost you $5 million. But spelling counts. And punctuation counts. And these two stories are just an example of why, when you're working on your English, when you're practicing your English, don't ignore these little things. Don't ignore punctuation, periods, commas, question marks. There are some things we don't have to worry about, especially when we're just learning. Semicolon, most Americans don't use a semicolon. Most Americans couldn't find a semicolon on a computer keyboard. Periods, commas, exclamation points, question marks. These are important pieces of punctuation that you should work on and make sure that you're using correctly. Spelling mistakes can cost you jobs, says Mr. Marty. So it just might, in the long run, count. Yeah, it might, in the long run, cost you your job, which means it will cost you some money. Which it could cost you lots of things. You're absolutely right. Here's where that's going to be important for you. When you decide you want to apply for a job at an American company, and you write your CV, you could have the best experience. You could be the best person for that job. But if your CV is full of spelling mistakes and mistakes in punctuation, that will be noticed. And that will affect your ability to get that job. You're absolutely right, Mr. Marty. Even in your lives, you're absolutely right. Spelling mistakes and punctuation mistakes could cost you money. So again, pay attention to these things. They might seem like small details, but they are really important in your ability to communicate in writing. Oh, let's see. I told you my two stories. Let me do my little grammar, and then we'll start ending our day. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about modals. We talked about modals and how a modal is a type of helping verb. Modals help you do a different job. Today, I want to talk about the two modals, must not and don't have to. Because while they're very similar, they actually are very different. How are they similar? Well, in the affirmative, must and have to talk about requirement. They talk about things that are required, necessary, things we don't have a choice about. I must eat or I die. I have to eat or I die. Actually, I like to eat, so it's not a bad thing. Don't have to and must not don't work the same. When we use the negative, they have different meanings. Must not talks about prohibition, and that means you're not allowed to. You're forbidden from doing something. You must not come to the United States unless you have a passport and visa. All right? You must not speak Dutch in your English class. Think. Oh, can I go back? Yes, I can. Liedvermacht. Liedvermacht. You must not speak Dutch in your English class. Don't have to is different. Don't have to describes a situation where you have a choice. The choice is not required. You don't have to make a particular choice, but you can if you want. I'm wearing a tie. Today my tie has Star Wars. It has a picture of Darth Vader on it. I hope you enjoy. I'm not at work right now. I'm doing this for fun because I want to spend time with my students, so I can wear a tie if I want. But I don't have to. It's not required. Must not shows prohibition, something that is forbidden. Don't have to shows choice. A lack of requirement, but you can choose to do it if you want. That's our grammar for today. A little bit of information for you about must not and don't have to, which takes us to our question of the day. What is something that you like to do, but you don't have to? Let me know, Mr. Marty. I see that you are there. Can you answer that question for us? What is something that you don't have to do, but you like to do it anyway? For example, I don't have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning and do an Instagram show. I don't have to. It's not a requirement. No one's holding a gun to my head saying, Chris, do this. I don't have to, but I like to. One must not wear a Hawaiian shirt to a business meeting. That's usually true, unless you work for a Hawaiian shirt company. Then it's probably okay. Then it might actually be required. That might actually be your business wear. What is something that you don't have to do, that you like to do, that you do anyway? I don't have to watch Star Wars every day, but I like to. Any other questions? Mr. Marty, do you have a question for me? Anything that you would like to know? Anything that you would like to share? Let me know. I am here for you. You don't have to sit here listening to some rambling English teacher. But you like to. And I like that you do. What a great vocabulary word, Mr. Marty. Rambling. Rambling. To speak without purpose. To speak without cause. To speak without a destination for where you're going to land. Rambling. I ramble a little bit. Believe it or not, Marty. Believe it or not. Wait a second. I'll show you. Look. I have a plan. There is a plan. There's always a plan. We're going to be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. That means I'm not going to teach any grammar. We're going to have some Friday fun. Maybe we'll do some more riddles. Maybe we'll find other games to play together. I will definitely have a fun story to share. I will definitely have a word of the day. And I will definitely look forward to seeing you guys. Before we leave, let's take a quick moment to remember the people of Beirut, Lebanon. 158 deaths from that explosion yesterday, a lot more people injured, and our heart goes out to everyone who was affected. If you're injured, I wish you a quick and speedy recovery. If you lost a loved one, my heart is with you. As for the rest of it, I'll look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Please remember, my name is Chris. I love you all. Go away.